We in London much regret the accusations which are being made against your country. And one may well ask, why are they made just at this particular moment? Could there be a motive behind it? And behind the timing, I think there probably could. Obviously, investigations and explanations will be forthcoming. In the meanwhile, we in the city do not judge old friends unless we have conclusive proof. Some of us, fortunately, have heard an entirely different story from a most impeccable and reliable source, and also a quite unbiased one. And I, for one, prefer to believe that version than what I read in some of the press.
Wiriamu is, I believe, the most terrible of all recorded atrocities in modern colonial history. If true, it absolutely demonstrates the utter inhumanity and incompetence to govern of those responsible for it. There cannot be two opinions about that. Indeed, the whole reaction of a Portuguese government of instant denial, abuse, and the refusal of a public investigation shows immensely clearly how blind it is even to the seriousness of such charges. It is stated that over 400 people were murdered. The majority were shot one by one. Some were pushed into huts. The huts were then set on fire or grenades thrown into them. Many of the children were kicked to death, their heads used as footballs. Some were hacked to death. The document that we published includes 130 names, of which 67 are of children.
Well, first of all, shall I emphasize a very important point. As Prime Minister Dr. Ketan stated today, as soon as these rumors have occurred, instructions were given to the Governor General of Mozambique to investigate and collect any detail which could be useful for the government to assess the exact situation. And on those basis, we couldn't find any indication that such things could have happened.
Why do you think priests should be anything but truthful about the situation in Mozambique?
Well, may I answer you telling you a different story? You know about it. It's most regrettable that members of the church have any other concern than the truth. I regret it infinitely. But why do not the same priests and the order to which they belong protest against massacres in Burundi? Why have the White Fathers and the same Spanish priests been in Mozambique for so long, and they never claimed against any excess? They never made any critique against the Portuguese authorities. They never object against any conditions on the territory. Why? Well, maybe that the explanation is that the Spanish priests have thought that they should show their solidarity with the Frelimo. And this is obviously a political implication.
Perhaps they're frightened of what you might do to them.
No, because they feel they should have good relations with Frelimo.
Minister, there have been reports, not just of this alleged massacre at Wiriamu, but reports of killings by Portuguese soldiers over the last few years. Do you think any of these have happened?
As I told you, any charge of killings by the troops and in this kind of warfare, nobody could guarantee that at any time civilians are not killed. But what I can guarantee you, what I can assure you, as the Prime Minister stated also today, is that if any information reaches the Portuguese authority at any level, immediately inquiries are made and the people responsible for such things are immediately punished. This I can guarantee you. And I wonder if this is the procedure which is followed in any country. In my country it is.